right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing right now, whatever time it is, we thank God for you guys tuning in and joining us. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Share what you want to see on the show. Share your feedback. If this is helping, if this is not helping, if you just don't like our show for whatever reason, we want you to comment. We want you to just let us know how you're feeling about it, and we can bring some content that will cater more to the things that you guys would like to see. The Bible says in Matthew 15:18, what comes from the mouth is what defiles a person. So we want to make sure that we're catering our confessions, what we say, what we speak, to the Word of God. I had something written on my vision board at home, and it says that my relationship with God, I want it to be a reflection of me working more towards the goals that He has for me. It's not my will, it's God's will. I want His will for my life. And I was reading that this morning, and it just kind of made me think about all the things that I'm doing. This isn't something that I thought I would ever do, but because the opportunity presented itself and I had the ability to do it, I said yes to the Lord. There's going to be times in your life when, I don't know what you're going through this week or today or even this month, but there's going to be times in your life where you have to just forget about what's going on in the world, forget about what's going on around you, tune the noise out, and just say yes to God. Seek His face, and He will help you. He will walk with you and guide you through whatever you're going through. So what I want to do today is do a little quick warm up. I'm going to start from the top down, just kind of give you guys a heads up what we're going to do. Neck rotations, we're going to go down to the shoulders. We'll do a little arm rotations. We'll loosen up the hips and the waist. Then we'll go down to your knees and your ankles. It's really important to warm up before you do a workout because you don't want to go into a workout cold, especially if you're lifting weights. We're not going to be doing lifting weights today, but if you do, I don't know what your fitness level is, if you're more advanced, you're going to be lifting weights. If you're not as advanced, you're going to start off with body weights or just start off walking. But it's really important to warm up so that you don't have any injuries. My advice to you guys, I strongly advise seek a medical professional. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV, nothing like that. So don't take my advice. Go see a doctor first. Never do anything without seeking your medical professional or getting some advice from someone who's certified. All right. So I want to start off doing neck rotation. So we're going to just start with our neck, just rotating around. We'll do this about 15 times. Don't close your eyes while you're doing it because you might get dizzy and you'll fall. And I don't want to be responsible for you guys falling and hurting anything. I like to have fun here as well. So go the other way around. Just doing neck rotations. You might hear my neck cracking and popping. It's because I'm old. It's not because I'm hurting. You'll hear it in my shoulders as well. All right, so we're going to loosen the shoulders and just roll the shoulders forward and back. You're going to feel a little warmer because your muscles are starting to move now. You want to add lubricity to your joints, to your cartilage, your tendons, and all that stuff before you get working out, all right? All right, going forward. So I was stating earlier about my vision board. I like to write things on my vision board that are going to help me to just think about during my day how God has changed my life and try to cater my days to adding and building to what He's already done in my life and what He's going to do. We can't do that without the Word. We can't have a better relationship. We can't have a better quality prayer life. We can't have better quality relationships with our significant others, with our children, without our family, without having God in our lives. And those of you that think that you can do it, if you've ever gone through anything, if you ever had any hang-ups in your life, any issues or problems, or things that you struggle with, those things can seep into your relationships. And that's why we want to have God at the center of everything that we do, acknowledging Him in all our ways, and He will direct our path. So we don't want to just go out and do things and just make decisions without having godly wisdom and godly guidance in our lives. So hip rotation here, we want to make sure we're getting, first of all, your core should be tight. I know it's hard for some people, especially me when I was a little overweight, because I'd get a little out of breath. But hip rotation, you should feel it in your hips. You should feel it kind of down here in where your quads meet your hips. Might feel some cracking in your back and stuff like that too. So I started this kind of after I had a back injury. I had 3 compressed discs in my back, still have them. And that's caused me to stop working out. It caused me to stop doing everything. And that's when I started to gain a lot more weight. Because I was living my best life. I was eating, drinking, doing all kinds of things that I wasn't supposed to be doing. I wasn't living for God at the time. And all the working out, all the fitness, and all those things just kind of went out the door. And like I said, I was just living my best life. And so it was counterintuitive when I went to the doctor and they said that you shouldn't stop moving because of the pain. You should keep on moving. You should work through it. There are certain things that you have to change and cater to whatever your injury is, or maybe there's something that you can't do because of a knee injury or a back injury. But you can still cater your workouts to whatever you can do, the things that you can do, the things that you are able to do, right? So we're doing our knee rotations. Bring your feet together, hands over your knees, and we're just gonna rotate around. We're working our ankles. We're kind of rotating our ankles and our knees at the same time. I want to get those warmed up so that you don't have, if you do have a knee or ankle injury, you don't exacerbate it or cause it to be worse. Right? Go in the other direction. You can hear my knees popping now and my ankles. And when I was going through physical therapy, the one thing that the therapist told me is, yeah, your knee is going to hurt while you're doing it, but guess what? You're strengthening all the tendons, all the joints, all the ligaments around your knees, and that's what's going to help you stabilize, and the pain will start to go away as those other muscles start to take over. I have severely worn cartilage in my knees, so that was one of the issues that I had. So doing squats, running, jumping, those kind of things were actually pretty painful for me. All right, so first exercise I want to take you through is squat. Pretty simple, but if you don't do it right, you can hurt yourself. You can hurt your back, you can hurt your knees, a lot of other things that you can do. So we've already gone through our warm up. I just want to show you the form. Right, shoulders, your feet shoulder width apart. When you squat, you're going down, and you want to go down till your legs, your hamstrings are parallel to the ground. It's a pretty good squat form. You can go lower, where you're going to put more tension on your knees. One of the exercises I like to do that helps with my knees is to do wall squats. If you have a wall right here, you're just going to kind of put your feet where they're at a comfortable position, and you can just hold that squat right there. It's going to get your glutes, your hamstrings, and it's going to fire up your quads really well, okay? So you can do this, you can hold it for like 15 seconds. If you're a little more advanced, you can do it for 30 seconds. I'll usually do this at work for about a minute, and I'll do a couple of sets of those. I'll do about 5 maybe throughout my day. Another good exercise to warm up if you do have knee injuries, something wrong with your back or something like that. If you can get to a place where you can lay down, maybe not on the floor, maybe on a bed or on your couch, you can do pretty simple. Just bring your legs up. Bring your knees up. You're feeling a stretch through your hips, through your hamstrings, and just alternate legs. You will also feel this in your hips and your hip flexors up front. While you're doing this, you're keeping your core tight, getting a little ab workout at the same time. And for those that are a little more advanced, notice I'm not putting my feet on the ground. And from here, you can actually go into what I call a flutter kick. And that gets your core, gets your upper and lower abs, and it also works your hip flexors. And it works your lungs if you're trying to talk while you're doing it. All right. Lost my phone there. All right. So those are some really easy things that you can do to help your knees, your back, your legs. There's also other things that you could do like RDLs, Roman deadlifts, I would suggest starting those off without weights. For people who have knee injuries, you may not want to do lunges, but there are alternate ways to do that. So here's a squat that you could use. It's an offset squat, so you're going to have your back leg up and you're going to be on your toe. You're just going to do a normal squat. You don't want your knee to extend before in front of your toes. So when you go down into your squat, you're just going like that. And you're going to feel this in your glutes on your strong side, or where your foot is forward. You're going to feel it more in that leg. And again, you can do 25 to 50 of these. For those of you that aren't as agile or as fit, I would say start off with sets of 15. But don't sell yourself short. Keep on doing them. And as you go, you'll get better. Notice my form, how my stomach is tight, my back is straight. I'm not slumping over, right? You don't want to strain your neck either. Most people, when they're doing squats, their neck is popping. You can actually strain your neck. So that's one variation of the squat. You can also do them where if you don't want to do lunges, you could do it from this position as well, similar to a lunge. You're just going to touch your knee to the floor. All right. And this one you're going to feel more in your quads. Switch sides. Remember here, the key is form. You want to make sure that your form is right, that you're using the same form every single time. All right, so those are a couple of squat exercises, some lunges, some very simple things that you could do. We also have push-ups. So you don't like push-ups, but it does help your core, your arms, your chest. It strengthens your back because it uses your back as a stabilizer too. So just a basic simple push-up. Going down, you go down into your arm is parallel to the floor, and then you push back up. Back is straight. You can keep your chin tucked in, but you want to keep your abs tight through this. All right, so core exercise variation. You can widen your feet and just touch your shoulders. That's causing you to have to keep your core tight. All right. So with those, again, you can do, if you're doing push-ups, I'll do 100 a day, and I do sets of 50, but you can start off with 10. You can start off with 5, however many you could do, but I suggest you push yourself. You don't want to just settle and say, oh, I don't want to do it, I can't. Again, we're going back to our confession. If we confess that we can't, then we won't, and we'll never try, we'll never start, we'll never make the effort, and we'll never actually get the results. All right, so that's my workout for today. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. I'm sweating now. It's hot outside. It's over 100 degrees here. So I've already gotten a workout. I was out late moving last night, so I'm already tired. I'm already kind of worn out. I'm sore, but I'm gonna get back to it. Thank you for watching.